all right, let's just make this clear. It's a low budget film. It was filmed with a phone. Therefore, we're not going to judge it on the big Hollywood level. That's not fair. It's not fair, okay?
I mean, you don't necessarily need like a lot of money just to make a competent movie.
You really don't. You really don't. We just watched this Little Rock, Arkansas based movie called Zoya.
The Black Goddess of Independence.
She and what is assumed her husband meet in this hotel.
You better get used to seeing this hotel.
You better get this hotel is going to be the focal point for a lot of action.
She Cardi beat him.
Yeah, Cardi beat him for sure. Tied his neck to the back of a spare tire. Dragged him to death on the road in a neighborhood. When she turned around several miles later, all she could see was the chain. But last time I checked, it was a rope. Or was it an extension cord?
Yeah, it was an extension cord.
It was an extension cord.
Yeah, and she just tells him right out. I was like, oh, by the way, I murdered my husband. Like,
and
she's like, oh, girl, really?
Then for the next 80% of the film, she goes on a killing spree. She killed any husband who was low down and dirty.
That's her whole development.
That's her whole development. Second to the last one, she didn't kill Max. She kills him in the car and leaves his body there, walks away. They found out that she had killed Max, who was part of this club and basically this entire gang, I'm assuming. They tried to kill Zoya, almost succeeded.
Maybe if they opened the trunk.
And actually aimed at her head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eventually came back after being healed somehow, had a showdown with the guy who owns the big house, which is actually not a house, it's a compound.
It's a house.
So she kills the club owner, manager, whoever he was, and it's hinted at the end as, what did you call it?
It was like sequel baiting.
Sequel baiting that he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was a very muddled walkthrough of the plot.
It's
because this movie has a very muddled plot.
It is a very muddled plot. What was your worst scene?
I don't know, that scene, like the trunk scene where like he tries to kill her with the trunk closed. That was, like, I have no idea what the thought was behind that.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Is that just how they do it?
I don't know. You have to admit, Junjun was our favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
So he really probably saved this film. Otherwise, I would
if there was more of them, then he would have.
Yeah. That one scene, literally, that one tracking scene gave everything life.
The movie should have been about him. This movie should have been about like
the next movie should be about him.
I don't think they gave him any lines.
I felt like there wasn't a script. You said earlier there's not even a script.
Like for him, I think they just put him in front of the camera and it's like, just be you.
Just be you, but here's the idea. Teach this white boy how to do
that
this.
was the point of the scene too.
That really was
the
white
guy.
Telling the white what to do.
Yeah.
Each character is a new story that somehow connects it, but then it just leaves them off. Like,
yeah, it's like one of those movies that has like a multi-stranding narrative, like Magnolia or Pulp Fiction or something, but there's just no closure.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least they have closure to it.
Yeah.
You know? There's no consistency. None. And
this movie has no story almost. It's just like a series of scenes. Yeah.
I mean, all the...
It's like a bunch of non sequiturs.
It really is. And then the characters, dude. Like, how many did we see? At the end credits, they gave names for each of them.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to know who they are. It's like who's Chancellor?
Who's Big Mac?
I don't know who Big Mac.
Who's Pookie?
I think Big Mac was the fat guy who got shot.
There's like a couple of fat guys in this.
There's a lot of fat guys. How do they drag any of these people? Like
they conveniently leave that out.
Oh, let it be noted, the cops never did reach her. They just.
I have no idea how she's getting
away with everything. How she's gotten with anything. Like, dragged to the river, picked up blood everywhere. Well, you know what? In this universe, we're going to consider this Earth 3. In this universe, humans don't bleed, okay? Unless they just ate a chili dog or a barbecue burger a few hours before, and then you bleed barbecue and ketchup, right?
I mean, that's real life too. Like in America, people just bleed like barbecue sauce.
And then how many times did we see I'm not going to say the camera guy, the phone guy.
he was like his own character in the movie.
He was literally his own character in the movie. If you look at every possible reflection in the movie, you will see that.
Literally one of the first scenes in the movie is just two people getting in a car, and you see the cameraman like reflected in
It did. They didn't waste no time. That was like 5 minutes in.
This movie looked like it was shot with like a
BlackBerry. It was poorly edited. The stabilization was poor. That's an editing problem, you know.
Like this whole movie is shot like handheld.
It's handheld, yeah, completely.
Like they didn't get like a tripod or anything.
The only time that they ever did a steady shot was when the cop, who we never saw again, was walking across the way to the.
And that's like the only like decent shot because it looks like a shot you would see in a movie.
And how many of those weird jump in between cuts?
That's like the whole movie.
That was the whole movie.
Like every time it will cut to a scene, you can still see like a part of like the scene before it. Whenever somebody like fires a gun, it's just like them moving their arm and then like a superimposed flash in front of the barrel. So it looks
that's what I was saying in the film earlier. It's like the guy had a machine gun, but he was moving his hand back, and there was like no jump, no flash of light,
no flash,
no nothing. The editing process, the shooting process, the audio, the audio. It was piss poor.
Every time like somebody's outside, you just hear whoosh.
Right, or muffles, or it was piss poor throughout 100% of the film. What do you think about this acting wise?
The acting wasn't good. I mean, how do you just bad acting? It's kind of simple
I know.
as that. I mean, I wouldn't put it on par like Tommy Wiseau or anything, but
yeah. Why the hell is this rated R? Why is this rated R for?
I mean, the only thing that would get this movie an R rating is the language.
They have the green restricted rated R rating at the beginning of this film, which they're not even supposed to put at the beginning of the film. They're supposed to put that in the trailer.
You see, it says following preview.
If you look at it, it's pixelated.
Yeah.
It says the following preview has been approved.
So this is supposed to be before a trailer, not before the movie.
Yes, by the Motion Picture Association of America Incorporated. Let me explain something to you. This is illegal as shit. Okay, you cannot do this.
Yeah, don't do this. Not only that, but just in general, it's false advertising.
It's false advertising, and it's copyright infringement.
And there's no nudity in this.
There's no nudity.
Which is a big disappointment on my part.
Speaking of copyright, how many what are they called?
Product placement?
Product place. Yeah, how many did we see? I saw like 4.
There was Starbucks, Mountain Dew,
Kobe restaurant, and I saw Capital One on the piece of paper. What did you say that they take this movie off of? Not Black Dynamite.
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, there's a lot in this that reminded me of Jackie Brown.
Right, the music. Do you think that's even?
I don't know.
Because you can't use period like other people's music.
Like they play the Across 110th Street from the Jackie Brown soundtrack, and
the fact that you recognized that with the music they use,
because it threw me off guard because I wasn't expecting to hear like any like.
So we're talking about the big fat guy scene where he's walking and then you hear the.
That song. It's from the opening of Jackie Brown.
It should be noted there is no record of this movie at all. You would have to look this up on Facebook. Temolja Washington.
The director?
The director.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's her husband. And he's the one who claims to drop movies every month.
I mean, I can buy that after watching this.
When you looked up Zoya, what did you find?
I found like some weird like Russian movie that was like 3 hours long.
You found 2 of them.
Yeah, I think they were both Russian.
Oh, really? Yeah. If you made it to the end of this review, congratulations. If you're pretty upset or heated, then you might want to rethink your habits and values.
We didn't hate this movie.
We didn't hate it. We had
quite a good time with it.
We actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I will say this movie was not a waste of time.
This movie is quite entertaining, even
it's
if
very
it's not
entertaining.
For the reasons that the filmmakers intended.
Right. All right. So after you watch this or listen to this, check out our commentary. It's actually quite hilarious.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I would have to reduce my 5 down to like a 3. There's always room for improvement. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And this really needs.
This leaves plenty of room. But I think I would rate this movie like a 2.
Oh, it's still on Arkansas level, which means which means like on a Hollywood level, on both levels.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say on Hollywood level, that's like a -3. Okay. All right, enjoy yourself.
Remember to smash that like button, guys.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, enjoy. Bye.
Yeet.